Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. On the broadcast today, Don Ahern joins us. He's the chairman of the Ahern family of companies, here for the whole show on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers. Big R in Sparks is located on Bering Boulevard next to Smith's and across from Reed High School. It's a 50,000 square foot hardware store and a whole lot more. It's your spring headquarters with lawn and garden supplies, power equipment, and outdoor living. Big R on Bering Boulevard in Sparks next to Smith's and across from Reed High School. Big R, hardware and a whole lot more.
The Nevada Builders Alliance has been protecting the interests of the construction industry for over 50 years. Our programs save members thousands of dollars every year and allow them to provide much-needed benefits to their employees. Our industry also allows Nevada to grow. If you're thinking about a career in the construction industry, reach out. And if you haven't thought of a career in construction, what are you waiting for? We are the Nevada Builders Alliance.
For 50 years, Nevada Heating has been keeping people comfortable in their homes. At Nevada Heating, call the Do It Right guys and get the air conditioning back on today. That's the Nevada Heating way. Why sweat for days on end when Nevada Heating can get your air conditioning fixed today? Call us today and we'll fix it today at 323-5585 or schedule us on our website at nevadaheating.com.
What do you count on? You count on your power every day. At NV Energy, we've always powered what's important to you, but we're not looking at the past. We're focused on the future. While our standards are high, our rates will remain low. And our commitment to renewables isn't just meeting standards, but leading the way. Because you can count on more than just your power. You can count on the company who brings it to you. That's our promise. You can count on it.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, coming to you from the Ahern Hotel in Las Vegas. We are always delighted to welcome back the namesake of that product, which is Don Ahern. Don is the chairman of the Ahern family of companies. Pleasure to have you back on the program, sir.
Well, thank you, Sam. It's always an honor to be here with you.
Well, thank you, and thank you as always for letting us use your facility here. We love it here, and we appreciate it. And anybody who has not been to the Ahern Hotel should come. They should eat in your restaurants, great food, and they should stay in your hotel.
Well, we're very proud to have you here, Sam.
Well, thank you.
It means a lot to us that you could go anywhere in town. So.
Well, thank you. Well, and I want to talk more about the hotel and some of your plans in a little bit. But first of all, if you don't mind, I want to talk to you about the A's deal. So that went through the legislature. It's waiting the governor's signature as we're taping this program at this moment. The fairgrounds site are across the street from your hotel that Phil Ruffin owns next to Circus. Right. What, if anything, can you share with us about some of the negotiations that went on? Because this has been an incredible process between Circus and Phil Ruffin, the Tropicana, which is where the site is going to be, and also the Wild West site, the Station Casino Zone. There were rumors about the Rio. What can you share with us?
Well, I'll share what little I know. And it did kind of touch upon our lives a little bit. We were always had our ears up, wanting to know more, but we just got information that we got, and we even got a phone call one day from the owners of the A's and asking what our opinion is, and they were trying to survey some of the other facilities around here, wanting to know if we were kind of thumbs up or thumbs down on the concept, and we certainly told them that we were excited and we'd be very grateful if they would come to the north end of the strip.
Did you have any discussions personally with Phil Ruffin?
No, I did not, no.
Were you surprised that it ended up at the Tropicana site?
Yes, I was.
Because?
Well, I just thought this site was so perfect that if we could have the town needs to be kind of balanced a little bit. I mean, we've got so much going on out there at the south end with Tropicana, you know, with the Raider Stadium and the T-Mobile and on and on and on. It's a traffic jam, the airport. You know, it'll be a good time to go rob a bank somewhere else in Las Vegas whenever all four of those things fire up out there, because
if they had fire up at the same time.
Yeah, if they all fire up, everybody's going to be over there. There probably won't be a cop anywhere out in Summerlin, you know. So I don't mean to bring up a controversial maybe, but I'm just saying that I thought that was a mistake, and maybe it's a little self-serving on my part. I really wanted them down here, you know, at the north end, you know, right across the street from the Ahern Hotel. It would have been a real coup for us.
Right, but you have picked up some extraordinary business. I mean, you wanted this property to be a property that somebody could come in and buy out the entire hotel.
Yes, we do that regularly.
Yes, and so that has been a success for you.
Yeah.
You've got 200 rooms here, and one of the things that we talked about in the early days of you owning this property was that if there was going to be a major convention in town, and a company wanted to buy the property out for all their employees or to hold additional meetings and trade shows here, this was a perfect breakout place away from the convention center. And it's turned out to be that, has it not?
Yeah, generally speaking, that's it. It turned out exactly as planned. You know, we've got about 23,000 feet of free zone down there. We put in a live theater. We've got comic and karaoke and some musical acts and some political talks and some technical talks, and we're having a lot of fun now, Sam.
Okay, well, you are, and to the extent that this has been so successful, I don't know how much you can talk about this, but you know, there used to be a parcel of land at the back of this building that was owned by other people, and now it's owned by you. So can you share anything about your plans for the future to expand this property?
Sure. I mean, plans are plans, and dreams are dreams, and
yeah, but you tend to make your dreams come true.
Well, you know, I'm 70 years old, and I'll do my best. But I've had a lot of health problems just recently, but I kind of worked my way through them, and I'm doing pretty well now. So maybe some of these dreams will come true. And yes, I met all the, you know, I forced myself to find out who owned the property, and I went and made friends with them all 4 years ago, and I've kept in touch with them, and they turned out to be very beautiful people in almost every case. And piece by piece, we bought them all up, and we've got room back here to put up another 300 rooms, and that's the dream. We've got a couple 100,000 square feet of convention space that we're going to put in that same tower. I expect that the dream calls for about a 300 to 400 foot tower. We haven't even hired an architect as yet, but we do have in-house architecture. And we are conceptualizing right now to kind of test it a little bit, and probably just about a year from now we'll probably like hire a real architect, you know, an outside architect.
I heard swimming pool on top of the tower.
Oh yeah. So things are becoming faddish, and Sam, you know me. I'm kind of grew up a mechanic working for a rental company, and got into manufacturing. I'm more of a nuts and bolts guy, and so bought the hotel. I have to learn a lot about what. So lately we're looking at what kind of menus and rooftop pools are very important, and I'm kind of at my old age, I'm kind of learning how to be a hotel person, you know.
One of the questions. Okay, this came up at lunchtime today.
Yeah.
Somebody said to me, "I'm shocked they don't have gaming." And I said, no, that's not something that Don seems to be interested in.
No, we're not gaming, and it's a no smoking, and our comedy acts are very clean in the sense that we just don't allow some of that really raunchy stuff. You know what I mean? This is a boutique luxury hotel. We never have a time in a 24-hour period where we don't have people cleaning the hotel. This place is more or less spotless, and I walk around with my little camera taking pictures of the thresholds and the windows, and so we just don't want to be in that environment. We're catering to a nice little sliver of the world out there, the convention trade, and You know, competition is a little tough in Las Vegas. Did you know that?
I've heard that.
Did you know that other people have hotel rooms in town? We can't be the only guys with hotel rooms. In fact, there might be 150,000 of them out there. So it's tough.
May I share with you
Sure.
that I don't know if you ever met John Esquaga, who owned John Esquaga's
I
Nugget
never have,
in
no.
northern Nevada, but he didn't allow bad language on his stage. And if a comedian used bad language despite knowing the rules, the next day they were shown the door.
Oh.
And so you are in very good company with that. Let's take a break. I want to talk to you about one of my favorite topics, which is the airport that has no name.
Okay.
It's in the Ivanpah Valley, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
2010 in northern Nevada, 13 to 14% unemployment, thousands of homes in foreclosure, Nevada's casinos closing. Families in the Reno-Sparks area were hurting. Many were losing everything. Then Story County launched a game changer for our region, a public-private industrial partnership, streamlined permitting, /bureaucracy, attracting Fortune 500 companies that made Nevada their home. Story County generated a river of cash to area communities. Economic studies by the state and others for the Gigafactory consistently show positive economic benefits for our region. $4 billion in local wages, $17 billion in consumer spending and economic activity, over $100 million in taxes to Washoe, Story, Reno, Sparks, and Nevada, just for the Gigafactory alone. Story County, improving northern Nevada one industry at a time.
Carson Valley Inn, it's your place for the good times. Carson Valley Inn.
Save money and take transit. Did you know you can ride the bus all day for less than what it would cost you for a gallon of gas? Plan your trip now by going to rtcwashoe.com.
As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
Hi, I'm Renee Summerhour, digital news anchor here at 7 at 7. Watch our streaming nonstop newscast immediately with your mobile phone. 7 at 7 is the new way for you to get every bit of local news you need in just 7 minutes. Breaking news, local neighborhood news, weather, and sports are just a click away. Reporters bring you all of what's happening in the Valley. From Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, YouTube, and more. Get every bit of local news you need from the RJ and LVRJ.com.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Don Ahern. He is the chairman of the Ahern family of companies. I've probably been driving my viewers and listeners nuts here over the last few weeks, talking about the Ivanpah Airport, which has been on the books for years. Shelley Berkeley was here. She wrote the original legislation in Congress for it 20 years ago. And Jim Gibson, the county commissioner, was on the program a week or so ago as we're taping this. And he said that the price tag in 2019 for the Ivanpah Airport would be $12 billion with a B dollars. And that's just going to be for the airport itself. What kind of infrastructure are you going to need beyond that? Aren't you going to need housing, hotels, restaurants?
Yeah.
Lay it out for me.
Absolutely. You know, one of our companies is called the Extreme Cube Corporation, and we're building hotels right now out of cubes. We just built a beautiful one down on the Colorado River, not that far from here, or from this project, where Route 66 crosses the Colorado River, called Topak Hotel down there. But anyhow, they're going to need hotels. They're going to need workforce housing. And another project we're involved in right now is the Baghdad Mine down in Arizona, where they're bringing on hundreds and hundreds of employees now to expand that copper mine. So I'm excited. From my point of view, you know, this means a lot of work for the companies, you know, we've got left. As you know, we've sold Ahern Rentals after 70 years from when my father started it last December. But we're still building and manufacturing equipment. We still got a lot of people working for us.
Okay, so do you see the eventuality of housing stretching all the way down the 15 to Gene and Prim?
I do. I think I'm too old to probably see that all those dots connect.
Right.
But I think there's no doubt in life that, you know, all of those things will be connected at one day. But there's other things that have got, if they put that airport out there.
Which they're gonna.
Yeah, they're going
There's
to.
There's no doubt.
Yeah. So I understand that thing. Yeah. You know, even Marilyn Kirkpatrick was very involved in that many years ago, and is currently involved.
Yeah, she told me 2 years ago
Yeah.
that that airport would be finished by the time she was termed out. But in fact, the director of the airport for Clark County, which also involves the Ivanpah Airport, said that the LAS airport will be out of space in 2030, but the new airport wouldn't be ready till 2037. I don't see how that could be possible with the growth, that you could stall it that long.
Just so you know, I have kind of an aviation business,
right?
Private business, private aviation, and we're having a lot of problems here at this airport. A lot of problems. Been the worst I'd ever seen it in the last 3 months. We have right around 50 job openings at the tower right now. They cannot get aircraft into the area. They can't manage it in there. I think they're sitting at around 48 landings an hour right now with the capacity. They need about 50 more people working, and they haven't got them. So we got a major problem right there with McCarran Airport today. I'm telling you, it's a problem. But we can go deeper into that if you want.
Yes.
But you want to talk about Ivanpah.
Well, can we go a little deeper into that?
Sure.
Because what the blame is being put on is that there's a runway out of service at the airport, and you're saying that it's more a lack of people in the tower?
Well, I want to be a little careful when I say it. I don't want those guys in the tower to say, "Oh, that's Ahern out there. Don't let him take off." You know what I'm saying? So, but we have representatives in our company that sit on a meeting every 30 days out there, and you know, I think they need to do a better job. We've got MBAA, the nation's business association. They're now involved in it right now, trying to figure this out. But when there's 44 to 48 landings an hour, that's less than one a minute, and they should be landing well over 100 landings an hour over there right now. So we're kind of over there. This little meeting used to house 5 or 10 people. Now they're getting 30 or 40 people at the meeting, and it's a pretty frustrating event right now.
Now, you're talking about airlines in general, or are you talking about the smaller planes, the private jets, etc.?
Of course, I'm talking about charter and private. In the aviation world, many of your listeners will understand Part 91 versus Part 135 versus Part 121 of the FAA regs. I operate mostly in Part 91, which is private, corporate, and all that, and then Part 135, which is charter. Now, Part 135 is charter. Part 121 is scheduled airlines. Now, they can't land what they got coming in here right now, and we understand that Southwest Airlines is looking to bring in another 135 landings a month coming here. And it's basically kind of putting a squeeze on the private charters into the McCarran Airport.
Okay, now my understanding is that they have been expanding the runways for private aircraft at the other airports in the area. So is that correct? In Henderson,
sure.
In North Las Vegas? Is that helping at
Henderson has grown over the last decade, and it's a much bigger, better airport than it's ever been. And yeah, that's a good alternative. But if you have hangars at McCarran and there's no hangars available out there at Henderson, it's not like, I mean, once you land your airplane, you got to do some other things.
Right.
You got to park it somewhere.
Well, and I'm seeing transportation issues with Reno Avenue, and there's hangars all at the back of Reno Avenue.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
So that's the cause for concern right there.
Yeah, but like one of our really great vegans families here in town said the other day in this meeting, they said, hey, look we're the ones that built this town over the last 50, 60 years, you know? And now you're trying to squeeze us off the airport? You know? I says, you know, where was Southwest Airlines 60 years ago when we built some of these first casinos? So anyhow, that's the rub. I'm hoping they get it together. If they fill these 50 slots, control tower folks, Tracon folks, then hopefully they can pick up their game. But we fly in airports all over the world, Chicago, Atlanta, and places like this. They got weather. We don't even have weather around here. And they just need to pick up their game and be competitive with other airports. And I think there's just a political game to kind of squeeze private aircraft off of McCarran.
Okay, and where would you put them if they were able to accomplish it?
Well, then what they want is to push them over to Henderson and North Las Vegas or Boulder City, and those are just not good options for charter operations, you know, to be able to bring people in here, and even people like myself who have invested millions of dollars into hangars and so forth there, that we want to be there.
Well, and also you need the high-end customers coming in to McCarran for F1 and all these other big events.
Yeah, McCarran is really special to our town, and I mean, you can bring in thousands of people on, you know, these cattle cars, you know, bringing them in, Part 121 Airlines, but you know, you're going to bring in people that spend, you know, sometimes 20% of the people spend 80% of the money. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So anyhow, they need to cherish and protect it, and I think there's going to be a little pushback going on here in the future.
All right, let's take another break, and we'll be right back.
Imagine a magical garden that feeds Carson City's hungry and homeless, teaches our high school students agriculture, creates hanging floral displays to beautify downtown, and yet charges nothing. It's not magic. It's the Greenhouse Project. It's real, it's growing, and it needs your help. Go online to carsоncitygreenhouse.org so together we can grow it forward.
Modern boutique Ahern Hotel and Event Center sits at the heart of the Las Vegas Strip. 2 floors of meeting and event space are ideal for groups and conventions. Stay in one of 200 luxurious rooms and suites. Brand your event throughout the property. Flexible event spaces make for easy planning and personalization. Take over the entire hotel with a full buyout option.
Safety is the #1 priority for the trucking industry. Over $7 billion a year is spent on technology, like this electronic eye, that will apply the brakes automatically. But the most important factor for safety is the truck driver. These hardworking men and women who safely move over 70% of our nation's freight and 94% of Nevada's. We thank you, because trucks move America forward.
Pro Group Management is the place where companies can find workers' comp solutions that are designed to meet their specific business requirements. As regulations evolve, Pro Group takes a proactive approach to clear the path to make sure your business stays ahead of the curve. Knowing your workers' comp program is optimized, you can focus on other important matters related to your growing business. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Like a traditional handmade basket, retail is woven into the fabric of life in Nevada. From big box to mom and pop, retail supports our communities in countless ways. Jobs for the disabled, team uniforms for kids, help for the elderly, and so much more. Retail employs over 1 in 10 workers. Retail supports Nevada, and we support retail.
RANNV.org.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Don Ahern. He's the chairman of the Ahern family of companies. One of the things about Ivanpah, just going back to that for a quick minute, is the inland port aspect of that. Would you give us a quick briefing on that?
Let me tell you, this is the best part of the whole thing, because I don't think you're going to get tourists out there so quick. But the trucks coming in from the Port of Long Beach and through LA to be able to get there and back in a 10-hour window, because there are transportation laws that keep the drivers. They could come to Vegas and go back at night. That's the big thing.
Right, and if they come in all the way into Las Vegas itself, then they can't make the turnaround. Don Ahern, thank you as always for allowing us to be here. It really is a pleasure, and I really do mean it when I say come stay at the Ahern Hotel.
Okay.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thanks. And we'll be right back. Southwest Specialties has been making the homes and businesses of Nevada beautiful for more than 20 years. Their experienced designers and craftsmen create the walkways, backyards, water features, and a variety of outdoor cooking areas that add curb appeal and value to your investment. Call today or visit them at their website and see how they can make your outdoor spaces special. Southwest Specialties, creative, distinctive, beautiful.
Snorkel personnel lifts are engineered beyond the industry norm to an uncommon level of safety and durability, and with an eye towards sustainability. They're also designed to be simple to operate and maintain. Snorkel, always at the cutting edge of progress.
Brian Culpa Photography was born in the rolling hills of Massachusetts, and now he can help you experience the stunning beauty of Nevada in a whole new way through the power of flight. Flying has always been a passion for Brian, and at Brian Culpa Photography, he can make your imagination soar. Brian has the creative mind and tools to tell your unique story. Experience the bird's eye view at brianculpaphotography.com.
Everyone is talking about opioids, but they're not the only drugs that can be harmful if taken in large quantities or not as prescribed. You also need to be aware of side effects from anxiety drugs, muscle relaxants, sleep aids, and stimulants. Mixing prescription drugs with other drugs or alcohol can be dangerous. If you take an Ambien with a glass of wine, it may be enough to stop you from breathing. Prescribed drugs can be just as dangerous as illegal drugs. Take medications only as directed.
Thanks for watching Nevada Newsmakers, coming to you from the Ahern Hotel in Las Vegas. We'll see you on the next broadcast.